25 Rich Kids Who Got Reality Checked. According to Reddit. Number 25. I may disagree with the American invasion of Iraq, but Uday Hussein being killed in a shootout was pretty epic comeuppance. He was so spoiled that he would go into weddings in Iraq and rape the bride. Okay. Oh boy. Someone responds, that guy rivaled his father at how evil he was. I remember one story was either some girl he liked rejected him or disrespected him, and he had her covered in honey and dogs set on her. Okay. Apparently, Uday and Qusay Hussein behaved so badly that even Saddam himself felt that they were out of control. If even a brutal dictator thinks you're extreme, maybe you are. Okay. Radical says, yeah, what a start to a list. I mean, I didn't think it, geez. Number 24, I apologize. I did this to a spoiled niece. I took several of my younger relatives and my godson to a McDonald's. I promised to buy them Happy Meals if they behaved. Except for one, Sarah. She fucking threw the hysterics when we got inside. She didn't want one meal, she wanted everything. Also bit my leg when I was holding a 1-year-old and nut-shotted me several times. I was pissed after that. I took them all back to the car, drove them home. My mom saw Sarah crying and the other kids scared. Note, I have 7 kids with me. The oldest was Sarah, who was 13. The second oldest was 8 and the rest were under 5. They were all well behaved because McDonald's was a treat for them, and they knew if they misbehaved, they wouldn't get it. I love these kids. They aren't the most well off, and taking them out for fun was something my dad wanted to do for them. Came home, and the kids sit down, and I put Sarah in the corner. I went back to McDonald's, got the kids their meals, and meals for everyone else in the house. But Sarah didn't get anything. And she knew that no matter what she did, she wouldn't get any. When her parents were told this, they were appalled and yelled and swore at me, even declaring that they'll take Sarah to an even better restaurant and get her an even better toy. But you know what happened? Sarah refused them from her parents. She was well behaved whenever she visited us, and I even taught her how to bake a cake. Yeah, she probably grew up to be a thought. Would you write in that? And okay, I'm stopping. Even enough. Even though we ate half the frosting. Ha 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 ha. Happy ending, lick my ass. All right, so guys, give me a second. Thank you to Jinx, thank you to Gomi, and thank you to Ria for hosting this stream. But give me one moment just to adjust this mic because I'm like leaning over it and talking down into it. Not very good. Give me a second. Alrighty, as we continue up the list of 25 rich kids who got reality checked, we arrive at number 23. Ooh. Not really a kid since the dude was in his 40s, but he acted like a child. His mother paid for his life. Rent, bills, food. Sorry, I had a hiccup. Rent, bills, food, everything. He was super mean to her whenever she would call, and he had a crazy bad temper. That's not cute. Let's see if this works. Nice. He was super mean to her whenever she would call, and he had a crazy bad temper. I was homeless at the time, and my former boyfriend and I would come around his place. He would say the most fucked up shit to me. One time, he asked me if women were even human. Wow. Anyway, he always made kind of a point to throw money around casually and rip on us for being homeless, but then he'd be super shisty if any kind of exchange was made. For example, he asked my ex to install a new lock for him, agreed to pay him some bullshit lowball amount, and then never paid it at all. The last day I saw him, he got pissed off about something and threw a keg at my ex's head. His place was full of music equipment and never used. He had guitars, drums, amps, soundboards, all kinds of expensive shit. My ex dodged the keg and it flew and hit a bunch of the equipment. The dude proceeds to completely trash all of his own stuff in a man-toddler rage. Oh yeah, man-baby rage. As we left, he followed us down the street screaming obscenities and threatening to kill me. Damn, girl. Then, apparently he got arrested because he mouthed off to a cop and told her that he owns the LAPD. Wow. And that she could arrest him later, but he was busy right then. I actually know this officer, and I wish I could have seen her face when he said that. Suffice to say, she wasn't having that shit, took him to jail, and I heard that when he got out some months later, he'd been kicked out of his place and all his stuff was gone. Pretty sure he's homeless now. Well, damn, baby, that's quite the lesson to learn in this bitch. Here's hoping some people get their shit together and stop acting like a fucking gingerman monkey cleese. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate this cheer balls. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock cock. What? Number 22. I think I was around 9 or so, and I made friends with another kid down the road. Was his grandparents' place, and he visited a lot. If I remember correctly, we met through baseball. He was incredibly overweight and bossy. He always made the rules of the game we played and would throw major tantrums if I objected. For instance, while playing with action figures, I had the toy do some cool flips. He went crazy, saying it needed to be realistic. The first time I visited his house, I was blown away by the volume of toys that he had. Growing up fairly poor myself, I was accustomed to having maybe one cool toy. He had all the PlayStation games, a huge collection of anime on VHS. Not surprising, his parents were overweight as well, and would make dense-ass dinners that would take me 2 days to recover from. Well, damn, baby. The fuck kind of dinner you need 2 days to recover? What is dinner recovery? Is that like poop stuff? You know what I'm talking about? Eventually, one sleepover, he wanted to play wrestle. Ew, sounds like sexual identity exploration. Didn't take but a second to know how bad of an idea that was. He was about 100 pounds plus. The clowns, baby. The clowns. Don't make a sound or I'm gonna hit you with these clowns. Especially since he wanted us to be shirtless. Oh, how did I know? I refused and he cried, telling me to take my shirt off to wrestle. I remember walking out and asking his mom for a ride. She just gave me the look of, I understand. Aww. 2 days later, he shows up at my house asking for me to come out. Did he have a boombox? My brother told him I wasn't home as I walked by the kitchen. He flipped his shit, and that's the last I heard of him. He wanted to suck that little kid dick. Suck that little kid dick. You can't say stuff like that on the internet, Kyle, even if it's satire. What a Kyle. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 21 on the list of 25 rich kids who got reality checked. Kyle, that movie came out too long ago for anybody to get the reference. Who are you making these videos for? Old people? People your age? They ain't gonna find you on the internet. They've got their life to keep from falling apart as it buckles under the pressure. Under the pressure. Ding, 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 ding. Another reference for old people. Where do you get them, Kyle? Number 21. Little spoiled son of a bitch named Dominic down the street. He called me a Madonna head back in the 90s. Now he's got a pill addiction and is in prison. Who the Madonna head now? Okay. Take it easy. Some of y'all know how to exercise restraint, Clay. Linda says, are you calling me old, Kyle? Nah, we're not even old. The bottom line is, I like to think that the people who run this site are appealing to little kids, you know? And until I do that, baby, until I diversify and Fortnite, Minecraft, PewDiePie explosion my channel the hell up, you know, we gonna have a problem, you know? Rhea says, I'm not old, okay? Rhea's never gonna be old. But one day she's gonna look in the mirror and be like, what? Is that a wrinkle? And then she go look out the window pane and put a hand on it as it rains. And then, you know, where has the time gone? I'm kidding, that's not a real song. Number 20. My neighbor down the street and his little brother were two of the most spoiled kids I'd ever met. And their mother was just terrible. For context, the younger brother's first word was shit. Just like that. One day the younger brother was having a vicious temper tantrum while I was over playing some Grand Theft Auto 3 with the older sibling. How do you play Grand Theft Auto 3 with someone when it's a single player game? Answer me that. I'm sorry. Okay, thank God. Yeah, she's just faking it. I apologize. One day the younger brother was having a vicious temper tantrum while I was older playing some GTA 3. Okay. Unprovoked, he threw a pair of scissors that hit my elbow and I had to go to the hospital for stitches. His mother just yelled at him with a Newport hanging out of her mouth, which I felt wasn't sufficient justice. The next day I went back, left arm in a sling, and smashed that little cunt in the face with a bucket. Hey, homie, I think you dropped this upvote, bruh. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dice Master Flex. Hit him with a bucket. Let me see that bucket one time. Slap it on some face. Oh my God. And this other dude was like, smashed him in the face with a bucket. Wait, what? And homie Dice Master Flex said, sorry, I said I smashed that little cunt in the face with a bucket. What the fuck? Somebody said, fuck yeah. Okay. Number 19. Mitch. Mitch got everything he wanted. Granted, he was smart and ambitious, but was also petulant and snobby. The combination made him virtually hated by everyone. I like more than most people, and I hate him. No, wait. I liked him more than most people, and I hate him. Al Franken on Ted Cruz. Oh my God. Our third grade class would get Monopoly-esque money for an auction that we would spend on toys at the end of the year. If you were bad, you had to pay money. But if you were a little sycophant, like Mitch, you were filthy rich. At the end of the year, Mitch surveyed all of the toys and calculated how many brownie points it would take to swipe all of the best stuff. One by one, Mitch swiped the best toys, always bidding perfectly. And at the end, Mitch had enough for the most coveted toy on the table, the Chia Pet. Cha-cha-cha-chia. Brent had the second most money and timidly started the bidding. Mitch toyed with him and gradually raised the price until Brent had to go all in. Mitch raised the bid by a small margin, and then Susan, who almost had a Nerf gun, gave her sizable pile to Brent, and Brent raised. Mitch panicked, counted his money for a higher bid, but it was already too late. all the people he screwed suddenly turned the auction into a popularity contest, and Brent delivered the final blow. Mitch freaked the fuck out and had the most satisfying meltdown. If he had just tried to get a few things, no one would have wanted to screw him. But by leaving so many people with so much worthless cash, he was truly hoisted by his own petard. Oh, nigga, you just got hoisted. Fuck Mitch. Lol. Number 18. How about that kid who tried to get off from killing 4 people in... Wait. Thank you, Kevin. Damn, Kevin. Ain't that like $4? Holy bing. Oh my God. My tip jar. My tip jar. Thank you, Kevin. Number 18. How about that kid who tried to get off from killing 4 people in a drunk driving accident by claiming that he suffered from affluenza? Oh my God. Being too rich to know right from wrong. He was caught after fleeing to Mexico and ended up serving just 2 years in prison. Well, he was too rich to stay in prison. Oh my God. No, you're fine, Meg. Somebody gonna have to educate Kyle on how to make Twitch chill. You out here censoring bitch. What the fuck kind of Christian chat is that? This is a Christian chat. Okay. Number 17. When I was 12, my dad dated a nice lady with a bratty 9-year-old who would talk back and refuse to do chores when he passed. And then they would be passed to me. Oh, gay. One day at the dinner table, everyone's eating, and he goes, "Listen!" and rips a tiny fart. His mom is embarrassed and asks him to stop or go to the bathroom. Instead, he spreads a shit-eating grin and leans in to rip one loose, and accidentally shits himself mid-dinner. His expression of horror was the best thing ever. I died laughing as he ran clutching his ass away from the table. I shit myself today. Number 15. I'm sorry. I used to work at a women's shelter. Christmas time rolls around and a man and his sourpuss teenage son comes through the door. He says his son would like to donate some items to kids staying at the shelter. Great. The man and his son start hauling in some expensive items. There was an Xbox, a bunch of games, a flat screen, iPod, cool headset, etc. Turns out the kid ran his mouth and the dad made him give everything to the kids. Christmas was pretty cool for our gang that year. That's cool. That's a cool dad, all right? You know what I'm talking about? Teach your bitch ass a lesson. Holy crap. Number 14. When I was 11, there was this one kid in the neighborhood who was never disciplined, and as a result... Thank you, my man Prelude. Prelude said, "Glad these balls are not salty." Well, they're not brown either, or big. Sometimes you want balls to be big and salty and brown. And if you ever need a break, you can pick them up and just stick them balls in your mouth. Suck on them chocolate salty balls. Just put them in your mouth and suck them. Suck on those chocolate salty balls. They're packed full of vitamins and good for you. So suck on them balls. Number 14. When I was 11, There was this one kid in the neighborhood who was never disciplined, and as a result, he got away with whatever. He loved to steal food. My best friend in the neighborhood was Latina. Ay, ay, ay. And as such, grew up on some spicy shit. Would walk around snacking on flamin' hot Cheetos, shit like this. I gingerly tried them and got used to them after a while, so soon I was walking around with my own bag. This spoiled kid decided that he wanted some, grabbed the bag from me, and he had one single Cheeto and started crying right away and ran to his mom. He didn't steal my shit after that. I'm getting like PlayStation notifications, but I hear it on my phone, which is in the next room. Oh boy. Oh boy. Kevin says I need to set up some BTTV emotes for this channel. Please send me some kind of explanation on exactly what the hell that is in Discord or something, because I don't know what that is. But I'll do it. Number 13. We were poor growing up, like ham or cheese sandwich poor. Like ham or cheese sandwich. Damn. When I was 13, I asked my single mother to combine Christmas and birthday gifts, birthday being in March. I had wanted a nice bike for years, but didn't want to ask for anything specific. I was happy with any gift. I asked very respectfully for a dyno comp bicycle. My awesome mom delivered, and in March I got my favorite present of all time. Within 3 or 4 days, my best friend and his little brother, whom, of course, were very well off, showed up at my house, both with higher-end freestyle bikes. We went for a ride, and the brothers ended up grazing each other and created a scratch on the older brother's bike. He was furious, slammed his own bike on the ground, then knocking his little brother over and commenced stomping on every spoke and taking them out of both wheels. The younger brother returned the favor on the other bicycle. They had actually had a contest to see who could destroy a bicycle more drastically. This was the first time I think my jaw dropped and I was speechless. Once I regained my orientation, I just turned and pedaled away. I immediately started crying at why kids would trash brand new bicycles. They both showed up that weekend with 2 new bikes. I made up some lie and said that I was grounded. I couldn't be friends with someone like that anymore. I just thought my mom worked so hard for my bike and these guys destroyed $800. If my mom knew, I wouldn't even be allowed to be friends with them. And now they're both adult assholes. Give me a second, guys. I apologize. Just one moment. I genuinely apologize for that, but you know these things happen, Burrs. Mm-hmm. Tell me something that you hated about your day. Oh God, hold on. He's pulling up. Can you get it from me? Yeah? Oh, you're still in the room! I thought you were... I'm sorry. I thought you were in the bathroom. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to yell like that. It sounds like you're in the bathroom. I love you, okay? $3. Okay. Also, you can flip all the light switches next to the door and the lights will come on. Oh my God. As we continue, oh God damn it. Wait, I didn't mute it? Oh no. Okay, good. We're fine. Fuck me. All right, look, number 12. I worked as an outdoor camp instructor. One week I was on logistics and had to drive the van to lick up the kids. What? Bro. Yo. What did he just say? Oh my God. Okay. Listen, one more time. I worked as an outdoor camp instructor, and one week I was on logistics and had to drive a van to pick up the kids. I had heard from my friend that one of the kids is in a group that was a little shit. He talks back, he's lazy, bullies the other kids, and when I got to the pickup point, the kid hops into the van and my mate in shotgun. My mate Mitch gave me the rundown of the kids. As I started the van up, I did a visual check of the seat belts and everything was good, except for the kid. I asked, he said no. Bruh, what you mean no to? Let me go back a line and see if I read this wrong. As I started the van up, I did a visual check of the seat belts and everybody was good except for the kid. I asked and he said no. Oh, meaning no, he won't put on his seatbelt. I asked him to put on his seatbelt. He said no. Fuck you, author. I told him I can't leave until he puts it on. What, the condom, you fucking guy? So he did, and I started to leave. A minute down the road, I hear him unclick the seatbelt again, so I had to stop the van and asked him again. He put it back on. This happened one more time, and on the third time I just pulled over, turned the van off, radioed base, and asked for the manager and the overseeing teacher, who was the dean, to come and pick this little fuckhead kid up because he was a danger to all the others in the van. That's when this kid started pleading and begging, and I told him, no, bitch. I already made the call, bitch. He got sent home. My mate Mitch had one of the best weeks after this kid left. My mate Mitch. My man Mitch. Mitch, my man. Did somebody, did Michael write Kevin Spacey camp in the stream chat? Because he licked up the kids? Come on, man. He didn't mean to lick up those kids. Jeez. Oh, lick up the kids. Yo, that is a cool Ronald McDonald double emote. I really like that there's like a 2. I wish Stripes was here to see that, because I need her to make me some gangster perspective emotes like that, bruh. Wow. As we knock out this list because the food just came, we arrive at number 11. Wow. Working at a Chuck E. Cheese one year, some little shit kid keeps getting pissed about how he can't win many tickets from a game. Kid begins to kick and scream, toss his shit around. I think he tried to hit me with one of the animatronics. When somebody tried to get him to stop, he pulled the, "Do you know who my dad is? Do you know what he can do to you?" We all just shook our heads and didn't know what to say. Was his dad the owner? Rich? Was he etc.? Tell me what I can do. We see this guy in a business suit just stand there with a really pissed off look on his face. It was the kind of face that you look at and wonder if this man ever smiled. This kid just froze up and muttered something. I don't know what you're talking about, Dad. I'm sorry. The man apologized and walked away. He came back a few hours later and gave all of the employees gifts. I got an Xbox 360. I still have it with me if anyone wants a picture. He just gave me the console, no wires, no controller, no anything. Bro. He gave you that little motherfucking kid's Xbox. Someone says he goes, it doesn't even connect wirelessly. Yeah, bro. The OG Xbox 360s, they needed a wireless adapter. I could look you up that shit for you right now. OG Xbox 360 wireless adapter. And it has like 2 little prongs. You had to hook that shit up. I know because my yeah, the gangster one had 2 prongs. You don't want that 1 prong. You want that 2 prongs. Sorry. Yeah. One of the old Xbox 360s in my house had been converted into a Netflix machine. So there it stays, binging them bongs. Can we finish this? What the fuck? Number 10. I was about 15. Yeah, I was about 15. I was in the woods with some friends.
The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
I wish that I was as quick as a goddamn. That was only $3.50. You know what I'm talking about? Well, thank you, because that just obliterated everything inside that jar. You know, you taught everything that was in there a lesson, and I can only appreciate you endlessly for what you've done. So thank you, Linda, for your contribution, and thank you, Megan, for that donation. Hot stuff. I apologize. Number 10. I was about 15. I was in the woods with some friends, local public nature reserve, playing on a rope swing, drinking energy drinks, eating snacks, chatting, just having a good time, keeping to ourselves, really. The rope swing itself was on a very small or tall tree, hanging over what I can only explain is a miniature valley. Then some kids come along on their bikes, maybe between 10 to 12. Thank you again.
I thought Ultra was Dia. What the fuck?
Who's Ultra? Ultra is Kevin. Dia is Dia. And Dia is eating. So unless she can type with her feet. Then some kids came along on their bikes, maybe 10 to 12, dressed up in tracksuits and quite mouthy. You know the type. They told us to move along from their... Son of a... Who the... That's not even a Twitch subscriber. Okay? Who does this guy... Okay, and now Prelude with the... Thank you, my man, Prelude. Oh my god, you guys. What the hell? Okay, look. They told us to move along from their rope swing. It wasn't theirs. I said... It's just so long. Okay. Oh. Okay, look, they just... I was like Spider-Man kid back then. Can I just... Okay, let me finish this. I'm sorry. Obviously, we said no. But they did say that we'll leave them to it for a bit if they want to have a go. There's no reason that we can't all enjoy it. They wouldn't take no for an answer, so we carried on playing on the rope swing, but then they began throwing sticks and rocks at us. It didn't faze us. Next thing, one of them tries to show off and speeds down the hill on his bike to try and grab me while I swing. But his mate throws a stick at the same time, and it lodges in his wheel, really, and sends him flying down the hill. To add insult to injury, he flies right in my swing path and gets 2 knees to the ribs. Nice. Completely took the wind out of him. and so they all left feeling defeated. Okay? It feels good because we did nothing out of order. The cards just worked in our favor. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, dude. Number 9. On the first day of a 2-week vacation, I saw my spoiled 10-year-old cousin tell his mother, his older female cousin, his aunt, and his grandmother that he wasn't going to clear his place or rinse his dishes because that's women's work. Oh, say word? For the rest of that 2-week vacation, nobody had to lift a finger or clear a plate, rinse a dish, or wash a pot because it was his job. At times, there were over a dozen of us there. Oh my God, the perfect punishment. Fuck that little motherfucker. Megan from Japan says, Kyle, I was so confused when I first came this morning. TMI, sorry, because the description didn't update to match the list. It's only morning for you, girl. You know what I mean? You know how confusing it is? Look, I'm going to try to update the description for this right now for no reason, but it's already too late. You know what I'm talking about? It's already too late. Yeah, let me see. 25. What's it called? Rich kids who got reality checked. And then I'll, hit it with an update information. There it is, my dude. Okay? There it is. But it's probably not going to actively, live update for anybody who's already got the window loaded. This is irrelevant. Kyle, you're always making, these weird pit stops to talk about nothing, and then instead of immediately rolling back in, you're just on that bullshit for, you know what, you need sponsors. If I had not sponsors like the sponsors I already have, because they're amazing and they're great and they're better than any other real sponsor would be, but I just like the idea of doing a really pathetic ad read. You guys that are sponsored to me right now, you guys should send me ads to read, and then I'll try to find ways to sloppily transition into that, because I saw one earlier today where the guy was just being sarcastic the whole time with the ad read, and I was like, does that count? Does it count when you're sarcastic as fuck like that? Where you're just like, I always like to open up my app and play Heroes of the Alliance. And it was just like, bro, listen to that way he's reading that. He doesn't really want it. I feel like can you imagine if every ad that I ever read, it had a really almost raising my eyebrows up and down voice, you know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, you guys should definitely try it. You know what I mean? How do people, I don't know. Look, number 8. Okay. Number 8. I used to work at a non-overnight summer camp, an after school program, and week-long soccer camp. You are so dyslexic. The town isn't huge, so needless to say, over a few years, I got to know several kids from different programs. Okay. One 10-year-old boy I knew from after school was a total prick. Bully, snob, didn't think that he had to listen. He was a tattletale. He was just awful. He came to my soccer camp and proceeded to make fun of an 8-year-old girl because she had old cleats where he had the newest Nikes and a brand new cool design ball. Unfortunately for him, I also knew this 8-year-old girl and knew that the reason that her cleats looked old and worn is because she was a motherfucking beast. Just all around amazing athlete who loved soccer and played hours every day. I paired him with her for a simple drill where one started with the ball and just tried to get past the other and kick the ball at a stationary ball or cone about 10 yards away to simulate passing / scoring accurately while under pressure. Fucking... I just want people to get to it sometimes, you know? If someone asked you for an anecdote, hey man, you ever had a rich kid really just have somebody stick it to him? Yeah, one time I was dealing with this rich motherfucker that was giving this other girl shit because her shoes looked all worn, but it's because she used them a lot. You know what I mean? She really put them to good use. She was athletic. Get to it. You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? Why do I need to know about all of this? You know? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean? Why you gotta write all of this? You know what I mean I'm not like having a Kyle meltdown. I'm not cranky because I want the food. But it's like, god damn. This is a dude, right? This is probably a woman. This is probably a woman. Jesus. Okay. Oh my God. I said if he hit the cone 3 times, he could pick his partner. Because he was angry, saying that she was too young and a girl. He again pointed out that her shoes to me, as if it were going to change my mind before giving in and playing. She proceeded to humiliate him over the next few minutes, not once letting him dribble past her in 5 attempts. He was livid, bending down, messing with his laces as if the shoes really mattered, then saying he needed to use his ball. Nothing worked. He was so angry I thought he was going to be violent, and then it was her turn to be on offense. He talked some kind of smack, and I forgot, I guess, and refused to let her use his ball. She didn't say a word, got a new ball, I blew the whistle, and she did a fake overstep which made him move to the side, and she stood back up straight and kicked it between his legs and hit the cone. She barely even moved. He was so fucking angry. Second round, he was charging and screaming at her. She kept her cool, wound back like she was gonna drill at his dumb face. He ducked and squealed as he... Sorry. She kept her cool, wound back like, I'm just lost in this crap, man. I'm so sorry. I'm legitimately lost in this crap. This is like, Man, sometimes when I take a break every other day, it's typically because I can't find something that isn't a waste of time. But I'm realizing that these breaks could do me some good because the length of some of these. I've lost my place. She barely even moved. The second round, he charged her screaming. She kept her cool, wound back like she was going to drill it at his dumb face. He ducked and squealed as he was dribbling around, his hands still covering his head, and hit the cone. I didn't make her embarrass him for the remaining 3 attempts and called a water break. The kid was just dumbfounded. He honestly thought his shoes were going to make him better without any effort. He was better behaved the rest of the week, but honestly, I think she just broke his spirit. He just seemed out of it. Hope he's doing all right now. The girl is likely an All-American high school soccer player last I checked. No, the girl is like an All-American high school soccer player last I checked. Won't be surprised if I see her in the Olympics one day. Okay, sorry about it all. I apologize. Some of these entries are literally my fucking kryptonite. Oh my god. Meffrey Dulocks. Who is this? Who is this motherfucker? Some of these entries, man. When you're posting pictures of dogs to awe, you're either a woman or a failure looking for karma. Looking for easy karma. You gotta... Look, here's the thing. I think it takes a special type of... It's one thing to want to get exposure and attention, right? To further your brand. Maybe even, promote something of yours. Whether it's an Instagram or a Twitter or a YouTube channel or whatever. You know what I mean? Maybe you're trying to get attention because you want commissions as an artist. You name it. But when you're posting just pictures of a dog for fake internet points, me wonder. I'm not judging this guy. I don't know who the hell they are. Well, when they're posting different pictures of dogs, yep. Are they all his or hers? Would a man post this many pictures of a dog? Would a straight man post this many pictures of a dog? My dog's butt is ruining a pic. He posts or she posts. I don't know. Let me get out of this dude's history. Okay. Whoa. Who is that? Some bitch. Whoa. Woke up next to the wrong human. And this may be, wait. Okay, zoinks. Okay, they've deleted it from Imgur, but the thumbnail still remains. You know what? Wait a minute. Clues. Are those a man's legs or a woman's legs? But those are somebody else's legs. You don't know. You don't know from what angle they took this picture. What's going on? Who is this person? Is it bad that I want it to be a woman? I think when you're writing a post and calling it a witty contest with not one, but two, but three exclamation points. Witty contest, guys. Witty contest. Oh my God. Can Reddit turn the name Lonnie into a verb, meaning to really screw something up? So this person obviously knows somebody named Lonnie that they're trying to stick it to. This is a woman. And they've ruined my night. I'm so mad. I am so mad. Oh my God, this person has ruined my night. Yo, I hope somebody enjoys it. Please enjoy it, because there's no fun for me to have in feeling like I have fundamentally failed in the very simple task of reading through a couple of entries to a mildly mediocre to maybe semi-interesting fuck. You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God. I just want it to be over. Bros number 7, okay? Boy Scout camp. It's always boys. Listen, Boy Scout camp out in Utah. A porcupine walked through our camp and the spoiled rich kid got a stick and chased it up a tree. We called out to him to stop, but he wouldn't listen. Scout leaders were off doing God knows what, and also one of the boys we're missing. I guess there's no relation. I added that last point. I think it was Q. So this porcupine is up the tree. And now the spoiled weenie wants to shoot hard candy at it with his wrist rockets. That sounds like a sex move. He can't get a clear shot, so he climbs up the tree, sits on a branch under the... So he climbs up the tree and, man, fuck this list. I'm so done, dude. Fuck this list. Okay. He climbs up the tree. Oh, no, and then the porcupine hit him. Oh, he got what he deserved. Number 6, dude. I'm so fucking... Get to the point. Here, there's a complete video of mine. Oh, I love this one. Because it's basically just some bitch kid thinking that, like, you know, that he should be able to get whatever the hell he wants. And the dude's like denying him service. He's like, no, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And this dude really reaches a point where he starts like shoving the, and he's like, you know, trying to belittle the guy. Oh God.
Hope this helps, lol.
Little bedhead bunny, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. Stay. Whoa. It's the waterfall of my bits. Shaking them bits all over the screen. Thank you. You're amazing. And again, this little video is just of a guy being a piece of shit. He's a real cum stain, dudes. And you know, towards the end, yeah, no, because he gets so violent, they just subdue his dumb ass until the police arrive and they cuff him. And only then does it become real for him. And you know, when people are, the thing about shit like that in public, it's amusing because they have the opportunity to just leave. It's a long video, homie. That's a 9-minute video. Think about you being somewhere and being an ass for 6-7 minutes. That's a long time. That's a long time to not get your shit together and just leave, dude. But instead, you out here making a scene because you just believe you're right. So here's the story. Here at UConn, they serve very special mac and cheese on certain days. I'm sure lots of schools do, but our bacon jalapeno mac and cheese is pretty good. Pretty damn good. Okay, thank you, Prelude. Thank you, Linda. You guys are so cute, so sweet, refilling that jar all the time. Well, a certain sophomore from a wealthy family who is used to being bailed out of trouble by his rich parents got drunk and decided that he wanted some mac and cheese. He was clearly extremely intoxicated and had the balls to walk around the food court drinking beer. The manager sees this and won't let him into the food line. As seen in the video, our boy spends the next 10 motherfucking minutes mercilessly berating the guy and his staff for being beneath him. You're nothing but workers, you know, here. You need to give me my food, bitch. The manager gives him so many chances to just walk away. But our boy isn't leaving without his mac. He shoves the manager, not once, not twice, but 3 times a lady. And another employee decides he's done with this shit. The hero employee tackles the boy and pins him to the ground with his massive big boy weight. You want me to ride you? Ride you like a pony, bitch. Let's get to that part of the video. You see that dude on him? He's just like, not today, motherfucker. Not today. Stay down, bitch. You feel that on you? You gonna feel it in jail. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. Hero employee tackles our boy and pins him down. The shithead spends the next 5 minutes pinned to the ground while the cops arrive. And then he screams, I'm absolutely fucked, and is arrested. Not his first arrest, not his first expulsion from a college. From what I hear, he's since been arrested or expelled from yet another school. We'll never forget you, mac and cheese jackass. Mac and cheese, baby. Once a piece of shit, always a piece of shit. As long as he ain't hurting too many people, walking around shoving somebody. I hope one day he shoves the wrong person and gets laid out. But in a non-violent way, you know what I mean? Ugh. As we knock out the final 5 of this list, I was at a Vancouver aquarium with a school field trip for many kids and a few other families. One family thought that their shit didn't stink and would do everything to push their way to the front, not pay for things. Their kids had Heelys. Oh my God. If y'all don't know what Heelys are, consider yourself lucky. Okay, these fucking kids. The park was pretty busy. The fucking brats would run into people and just skate away without a word. We were sitting and waiting for the beluga show to start, and one of the kids comes buzzing in from left stage on his stupid Heelys and hits a wet patch, and his feet go flying out from under him, and he lands flat on his back in a giant puddle in front of the entire crowd. Everyone started to laugh. Must have been Christmas, motherfuckers. It came early. It was glorious. As we proceed to number 4 now. This one was told to me by my parents since I was too young to remember it at the time. The neighborhood bus stop for the Catholic school was on the corner where our house sits. Sometimes when it's raining, the kids would wait right next to our house for cover. That didn't bother my parents. They just kids. They didn't want someone else's kids standing out in the rain. What did bother them was when they realized the kids started passing the time by ripping up all of the flowers around the house. Parents called the school to complain and had a nice chat with the principal. That Saturday, all the kids who used that stop showed up to replant the flowers, which they or their parents had paid for. When the flowers were replanted, they got to spend a few more hours helping, with our yard work. Then the school moved their bus stop to the main road on the edge of the neighborhood. That meant about 2 more blocks of walking every day for most of them, and waiting in a field with no shelter from bad weather. Well, y'all learned a goddamn lesson out in this bitch. Wow. Number 3. I guess I'll start. Definitely not the best, but it still pleased me. I used to work at a pony camp and cater to rich kids from a very nice neighborhood. We would have really spoiled kids at the time, while annoying. The most frustrating part... Sorry, I feel like I delivered that in a weird way that made it unclear as to where the punctuation was, but I'm getting a little tired, and I'm hungry. You know, this is a bad setup for me doing this list. It's a bad set. I'm every woman. Yeah, I don't know that song, you know? Don't laugh at me like I'm crazy, okay? It's not a bowl of soup. Why are you cupping the sweet and sour sauce to your face? What the fuck is this? What's in that? Did you have to assemble it? It sounded like you were building a space shuttle earlier. I used to work at a pony camp, man. Fuck, what the fuck? I used to work at a pony camp that catered to rich kids from a very nice neighborhood. We would have really spoiled kids all the time, and while annoying, the most frustrating part is trying to maintain authority just so these little shits don't get themselves killed by a 1,000-pound animal. Well, that would be a shame, wouldn't it? I'm kidding. Anyways, we had maybe 10-year-old kid for some mildly famous sportscaster one weekend. The kid was just downright awful. She ignored everything that we told her, and it was mean to the other kids in the camp. At one point, she started a physical fight with another girl, and when she felt like she was getting beaten, she started yelling, "Do you know who my mom is? My mom. I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna tell her." I clearly need something to drink for that, right? All right. Yes, sir. I mean, not that. Excuse me. Gross. I hope everybody in here has a burp fetish, because I apologize for that. And if not, then it wasn't me who did it. It was the other kid got scared and started crying. My coworker replied, "Actually, I do know your mom, and I know that she wouldn't like to hear about this. Why don't I call her right now?" The little brat didn't believe her, so my coworker did. She was much easier to deal with for the rest of the week. It turns out my coworker worked with her mom many times over the years. She's a professional makeup artist for TV and did her makeup more than a few times. Suck it, spoiled brat. Okay, sweet God. 2 more, and we're out of here, guys. Buckle up, because we are flying through these as fast as Kyle can stop talking to himself, stop being crazy, just get his shit together and finish the list of 25 rich kids who got reality checked. Sponsored by my stomach. Speeding this shit up. Not incredibly epic, and not much come of. Oh my God. I was on a flight from Washington to Heathrow. The 6 to 8-year-old kid behind me was screaming the entire overnight flight, constantly bitching at his mom for food, toys, what the hell ever. The mom was like, "Shh, honey. No, honey. Shh, sweetheart." Finally, the mom had to just get up and use the restroom, and the kid starts wailing. The guy next to me leaned over his seat, turned around and said, Hey kid, shut the fuck up." The whole plane didn't clap, but we enjoyed 5 minutes of dead silence until the mom came back. That's what some of these kids need, is a penis in their life. You know what I'm talking about? Not literally, figuratively. Figurative penis, guys. You want the figurative penis? Figurative penis. Number 1, I worked at a Taco Bell in high school. Nice. At one time, we had kids' meals. The kid comes in with his parents, orders a kid meal. Apparently, he had been in recently and already had that toy. He started screaming at me to get him another toy. His dad looked at me with an absolutely dejected look on his face and begged me to get the toy. I dug through the new box of toys and found one. The kid ripped it out of my hands and ran outside directly. Oops. I'm sorry. Directly into a rose bush. Rosebud. Is that a reference anybody gets? It's not the end. It's not, it's not outrageously old or something. And considering its significance to film, people should be watching that movie as a standard. But you know me, and I enjoy the reality of us living in a world where pretty much everything we can think of is outdated because there's some fucking kid who's never heard of it. Isn't that great? Think of something right now. There's some kid who's never heard of it. There's some like 18-year-old kid on Fortnite right now like, what? Star what? Star Wars? Huh? Oh my god. Oh my god. Is that a program? Is that an Elon Musk thing? Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, I love you. This list of season 5 skin leak. Nah. The Norse girl I like, I guess. This is just gay. Anime time. You know what I'm talking about? So, like, what does he look like when he has this on? Like, is there still a poof up there? You know, unless they allow us to be fat dudes, I don't care. What's this? It's Coming Home England. Sorry, this video does not exist. That's pretty cool. It's Coming Home England? Oh, wait. Did soccer people win? Wait. What is It's Coming Home England? We're going home? At least the England mayor was nice enough to get them a balloon? What is this?
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. This is the greatest thrill of my life. I'm king of the world. Woohoo! Woohoo! Ah!
That's fucked up. I hope I don't get struck for that. Whatever. This is dumb. The internet is dumb. I'm going to eat. Love you all. Stay amazing. Stay chosen. I'm gonna go upload this to YouTube. Go like that. Yeah, I mean, that's that. You know, I love you. Stay amazing. You'll see me in the day tomorrow, I promise. I'm dying on the inside. I hope you guys are doing much better. I'm here for you. Talk to you soon. Bye. Click that.